Hi, I'm Rodney with Table 301, and we're back here in the Sobeys Loft with Mill Village doing our master series of culinary techniques. We just fabricated a chicken, and we had those wonderful chicken breasts. We've pounded them out, as you can see here, and we've made scallopini out of them, or cutlets, if you will, out of them. I've chopped up a little bit of Italian parsley. I've got some all-purpose flour, a little bit of egg. This is just egg that I cracked in there, scrambled up a little bit, that's it. I've got lemon, white wine, a little bit of chicken stock, and garlic. You can live without the chicken stock if you wanted to, but I think it just adds a very nice, rich flavor to it. So we're gonna start by just seasoning our chicken breasts. And you're probably wondering, what in the world are they making? We're making Chicken Francese. If you missed the beginning, that's what we're making. A very good and classic dish that's delicious. And for some reason, I feel like we just don't eat it as much as we used to. But it's so, so good. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil in our already heated pan. And we wanna make sure it's heated good, but not too crazy hot, okay? Now, typically, when we bread something, we're gonna go from flour to egg wash into some sort of a breader, whether it's like breadcrumbs or more flour or something like that. But in this case, this dish is very unique in that you'll take this chicken and go into flour. It's important that you flour it nicely, but that there's not excess flour, okay? And then, again. And now we're in the egg wash, and we want to make sure it gets egged on both sides. And then in this case, we've warmed our oil, and we're gonna literally come out of the egg wash and go straight into the pan. And this creates the coolest little texture on the outside of the chicken. And we're gonna just brown it. In the meantime, while it's browning, I'm just gonna get my other two pieces. We had both of those breasts, and we did them both. Stick it right in there. I seasoned them just with a little salt. Okay, one thing that's nice to do is preheat your oven to about 350 degrees and just have it there. That way you don't have to feel pressure to cook the chicken all the way through in the pan. Once we get our nice golden brown color like we have there, we're ready to flip it, and we'll just cook for another minute there. As you can see, I have a little plate ready to go that we can then transfer it into while we do our other ones. This is how we're able to make a little more than can fit into one pan and feed the whole family. All right? Believe it or not though, when you've pounded out the chicken like this, we're only talking about maybe 4 minutes per side. Your chicken's gonna be done. So you don't have to go crazy trying to make sure you don't have raw chicken. It will cook fairly quickly. So we'll cook there and there, and then we're gonna do it again and go right into the pan one more time. All right, and we'll get that nice and golden brown. Always clean as you go. We're done with our egg wash. Okay. I say always clean as I go, but you can see I'm a little bit of a mess because we try to do so many different things in a short time. Okay. Once we've gotten nice and golden brown on the one side here, give it a flip. Okay. And then we are going to just, well, we'll just go to a little bit longer, Get it nice and golden there. Okay, then we're going to go into this plate and we're going to actually just throw this right into our oven. Okay, you can see I don't have very much oil, but we're going to just pour off that excess oil because we just don't need it. And we're going to go back onto the stove. We're going to go in with a little bit of garlic. So then take a couple of cloves, minced up. Maybe just a touch more oil. There we go. Once we saute out that a little bit, don't brown it, just saute it a little. Then we're going to go in with some lemon juice, a little bit of white wine. And just a tiny bit more of white wine. I have some chicken stock. We'll just reduce that wine a little bit more, and then chicken stock. Okay, and we're going to let it reduce. Our chicken's right in the oven. Turn this up a little higher, there we go. Into this, we're going to add some salt. Pepper. And what we're doing right here is we are actually reducing that. Which means we're cooking water out and intensifying the flavor in it. Okay. And we'll cook it down. People are going to say, what kind of white wine? For me, anything that you can drink, you can cook with. I'm, in this case, especially using a dry white wine, so a Sauvignon Blanc works great, a Chardonnay works great. Anything of that, I'd stay away from my Rieslings and Muscats and Gewürztraminers for stuff like this, because they're sweet. Okay, you can see we're really starting to reduce it down now. When we get to about half our liquid is left, you see it sort of thickening. The reason it's thickening is from that flour and that egg that was in there earlier. When you get it very close, we're going to turn off our heat. And then we're going to add a pretty nice sized scoop of butter, not crazy or anything, but we've got enough chicken there for 4 people, so we'll kind of throw that in. And all we're going to do is just what they call mount it, which means just swirling your pan. You have to take your pan off the heat to do this, because otherwise the sauce breaks. So you want to just barely and gently melt the butter into the sauce. And see how it's sort of coming up creamy, even though we didn't put anything in at all. That's what we're going for. So I'm going to put just a little bit more butter in there. And then I'm going to add a bunch of parsley. So I chopped up all this beautiful Italian parsley. I'm just going to put it right in there. Okay. And then add one more squeeze of lemon. Okay, so now what you can do is our chicken should be ready. Take it out. And we'll just pour our sauce all over the chicken. Beautiful. And then we'll bring that back over. And I have these beautiful, locally grown little edible flowers. And we can kind of just garnish it out. We still have a few of the pea tendrils if we wanted to use those again, like we used on the pork. But that's about it. And you have a beautiful chicken Francese. All right, so I hope you will buy a whole chicken. Hope you take some time and take it down into its different pieces. We go fabricating the chicken. And then there's so many dishes that you can make. We really made that dish in just about real time. We had done the tiniest little bit of prep ahead, and you can see it's easy. You'll have dinner on your table in no time. So enjoy.